Alright, so something with the starter motor is not quite right.
Welcome in today's video. I'll give you a quick update what's been going on, and I will hopefully today open up the cab and put back the batteries and maybe try to start the Tatra. Before we start with that, I'll just show you a bit of the project that I've been doing right now. So I've put back these lights. They are the old lights, so that's why the wiring is temporary, but at least we have some lights when we're going down the road. These lights are not road legal, so that's why I need to replace them, but at least I have some blinkers and stuff like that. I put a tarp down so the snow is not directly onto the transfer case, and I fixed the tire. When the tire was flat, it was in a hole that was filled with water. So when I took the tire off, it was very, very heavy, and when I took the rim out, there was a lot of ice in it. So this is part of the ice that was in the tire. As you can see, it's quite a large pile. They're quite huge chunks of ice. And this was the inner tube that has a hole in it, and the air line has broken off. That's why it was flat. But this is still ice that's in there, so there has actually been water sitting in there. So it's quite a struggle to get the tube out of the tire, but now it has a new tire and it's mounted. I put in the new seat, and I put it on a temporary wooden template. It's the same template that I designed in a previous video, but I made it out of wood. All the holes seem to line up. There's only one problem, that is that the hole at the back that I designed to bolt it to this metal part right here, I cannot get a bolt in there because there's a mechanism with springs and stuff like that. So what I will do, I will change my design and make a hole right here, and then I can mount it to the rails that's right here, and that's welded to the metal part there. So then it should be structurally safe. One thing that I need to test when I will drive the truck is if the seat is too much forward, because I can adjust the seat forward, but this is as far back as it can go. So maybe if I'll adjust the template so that it's a bit deeper, so I can place the seat a bit more backward, so I have more leg space. But we'll see if that is needed. But for now, we have a seat with a seat belt, and I have some more tires to replace, but I will not do that right now because now the truck can drive. But I've got some new tires that I want to put on because one of the tires was mounted backwards. So the profile of the tire has been worn down in the opposite direction, and it's almost flat. So I want to replace that one. And when I do that, I will create a video of how to replace a tire on the Tatra, because this tire was quite special with all the ice, so I thought it was not that good of an example. But it was quite heavy, I have to say that. I actually forgot to talk right here, but we'll begin freeing the Tatra from the roof of the tent.
So that's 3 meters. And I'm thinking to remove this one, so I can put the beam on this part, because there's a metal bracket right here, so it will hold the beam in place. And I got some large screws, so I hope I can screw 2 screws on the top, so it will basically be a bit stuck around this tube right here, and then I will make it like 5 centimeters longer so I can push it up a bit, and I'll use one of the jack pads on the bottom so it doesn't sink into the ground. And then I can unbolt this pipe right here, so I can actually remove part of the roof structure, only this beam, so that hopefully I can tilt the cab, because right now nothing is leaning on the roof, but it might be in the future. So I can check right here. Yeah, so the one beam on the other side, that will be a problem right there. Maybe it will be enough if I remove that tube only. Let me try it out, because that would save me a hell of a lot of work. There is one tube in the middle right here that I need to remove. But maybe I just need to remove one tube on the other side, because that's over the cab. Yeah, that will be the first step, to remove the beam on the other side and see if I can tilt the cab open that way. Because if I don't have to remove this, that would be amazing, because it's above the bed right now, so I should be able to drive out from underneath this. All right, welcome on the other side of the roof. So this is the beam I was talking about. I might be able to remove this beam, and then the cab is basically cleared, and I can feel a small dent right here that the pipe made, but it looks like the pipe has more damage than the Tatra, so that's a good indication. But if I remove this one, I think the cab would be able to tilt open. So we'll have a try. So I'll remove the bolt right here first, and I think everything will stay intact. It's a 30mm bolt, so I can hold it at the back right here. So that bolt is now removed. So I'll see if I can. I need to first cut the cable tie. Like that, and then there's one left on the other side. All right, so now the cable for the lighting is gone. The bolt is removed. So I'll see if I can get it out of there, but I think that it's quite hard, because it seems to be corroded as well. Because this beam is bent, it's wedged in between there, so I will get a saw and saw the tube right here, because then there's nothing resting on the cab anymore, and we can see if we can tilt it open. I think so. So if I cut it here, my hope is that I can remove the tube from the other side, because the other side is still straight, so I'm hoping that I can just pull it out. Okay, so I got my saw. Now we start sawing right here. So I tried to use the angle grinder, but the battery is dead. So the battery is on charge, and we'll be looking into hooking up the, what's it called, the air hose to the central air inflation system. So we have a few parts. We have this part right here. It's a hollow bolt that goes in here. And then we have a other nut with a rubber in it that will seal around the hose that's in here, and that screws right into this this boy right here. So it has a nipple on top here, and you can twist that to open and close it, and that means that you can only inflate this tire if you really want to. So when the truck is started and it's building up some air, I can actually inflate the tire right here, because right now it's not inflated. I just put it on, but the tire is completely off the ground, and it's supported by one of the axle supports. So first I'm twisting off this part right here, and that has a collar inside of it, and I can slide this one over the hose, and then I can put the rubber around it. So now that one is right there, then I can put the collar in it, and I should be able to tighten this one right up. Right now I will install this bolt right here. Like so. Yes. So now this is connected together, and yeah, so we can actually inflate the tire when the truck is running, and then I can also check for air leaks, because I think there will probably be some air leaks maybe around here. Maybe I need to tighten this one a bit more, but we'll see that when we have the air pressure in there. And now the batteries are charged and it's back to the angle grinder. Okay, that's the battery again. We'll try the saw now. Okay, that's it. So it's through. Just put my saw there for a moment. Yes, okay. So that tube is loose right now, and this is still in place. So that means that I can unbolt the other side and remove the tube, and potentially I can tilt the cab. So we'll do that right now and have a look. All right, I'm not sure if you guys can see me, but at least you can see the action. So I can unbolt this. And from what I can see is that the weld right here is sheared as well. And we'll try to pull out. Right now it's hitting the other end of the tube. So now, there it is. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I'll double check everything, but I think it has enough clearance to actually tilt. Oh wait, there's two more tubes that I need to remove. We have that one that needs to be removed because that's against the cab right here. I don't want to scratch it anymore, that's already scratched. And then we have the one that's on top right there, because that one is hanging down. It's been sheared off from the corner piece right there. I'm actually thinking, might it be an option to just put it right around there for now? Put a zip tie around it or something. That might be a good option. I'll get a zip tie. All right. Now I got a zip tie, and I'll be able, hopefully, put it around here. Okay. I have it dangling there. Perfect. Okay, so we are right here, and As you can see, the tube that needs to be going right there. I'll just first try to... Right. That went way easier than I expected. I think that this should be enough clearance to tilt the cab, because this is still on the fabric part, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I put you guys in a spot where I think you could see the cab and the tube. So I'll try to tilt the cab and see what will happen. Right, I see that the cable of the light is wrapped around the mirror right here and the corner of the truck, like so. So it's all just fitting. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah, it's pushing up the tarp, but it's not pushing up on any tubes or anything. I just need to check if the bar in the front right there, right here, this one, if that will hit the cab. Otherwise I might need to remove it. But here's where the batteries will be, so I'll check. Maybe I already have the space to put them in. I could potentially fit them in if it can't go any further, but I'd rather have it go all the way open so I can lock it into place. Alright, I actually had to replace the battery, so I'll get you guys a nice viewing angle again. I heard it hit somewhere, so I'll just have a quick look and see where. Right there. Okay, so it's the old tube that's pointing down and the air horn. So remember where we removed the tube? That's now hitting the cab. So I cannot tilt the cab forward anymore, but we can put the batteries back, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll have a look right here. Yeah, so I can put the batteries in like this. So I got both batteries right here and the little connector piece to connect them up. So each battery is 12 volts, and then they get combined, so it will be 24 volts, and they have to go in there. The positive side needs to go on that side, and the negative side needs to go on this side. So I'll start with the one that goes furthest in the back, like this one. Put it onto here and see if it can. Yes, it just slides in. It's in the box. Now I need to move it. Okay, we'll move the battery. So it's a very tight space to install the batteries, but it seems that it's working. So the first one is installed. Now I'm installing the second one, but I'll do it off camera because it's very hard to maneuver around the camera right here. But soon the batteries are installed and I can lower the cab. So everything is connected. So at the back right you have the positive, then it goes from the left battery to the right battery, from positive to negative, and then you have the negative cable on the left right here. Everything is tightened down, so I will lower the cab and see if I can give it a spark. Okay, so we'll flip the switch. Alright, we have power. So I'll need to put the key in so I can. Alright, battery light indicator, and this is one of the air valves that's not working right now. I've got the warning lights for the air tanks on. So I've got the lights on. Now I'll check if they work. I'm now sitting in the new seat. I've got some different clothes on because I didn't want to ruin the new seats. So I can turn off the normal lights again. And what I'll do is I will start the diesel pump. Let's see. So I'll start the fuel pump. It's not in gear. Alright, so something with the starter motor is not quite right. I can see if I can switch it to 1+2. That doesn't do anything. If I just put it to the other starter motor. Alright, no luck. I'll read up on the manual and see what they say what's up, but it doesn't seem that it wants to start right now. But at least we have power. The starter motor wants to turn. But we'll need to find something why it doesn't want to start. Right as I stopped recording, I was like, I will do it one more time, and it started. Alright, let's try this one more time. Please, Tatra, start. It starts! It started! Yes!